The Galactic Veterinary Council chamber fell silent as Alex walked to the center platform. Behind him, Jennifer adjusted her medical scanner, her jaw set with determination. Around them, dozens of alien species watched with expressions ranging from curiosity to barely concealed contempt. A human. The Krathan delegate's mandibles clicked in what could only be amusement. You expect us to allow a human to treat a void stalker? Alex kept his composure, though his hands tightened around his medical kit. 3 years at the Interstellar Animal Care Institute, 2 years working the frontier colonies, and still they looked at him like he'd just crawled out of a primitive zoo. With respect, Counselor, I've successfully treated over 40 species that your own veterinarians deemed untreatable. Domesticated creatures, another delegate scoffed. Void stalkers are apex predators from the Omega sector. They've killed 17 of our best handlers in the last decade. The one in our facility has been sedated for 6 months because no one can approach it while conscious. Jennifer stepped forward, her voice steady, which is exactly why it's dying. Void stalkers need movement, mental stimulation. Your sedation protocol is killing it faster than its injuries. The chamber erupted in protests. Alex waited for the noise to subside before speaking again. I'm not asking for your approval. I'm asking for a chance. If I fail, you lose nothing you haven't already lost. If I succeed, you save a critically endangered species. The head counselor, a towering Velka with silver scales, studied Alex with ancient eyes. Very well, human. You have 1 cycle. But know this, when the Void Stalker wakes and tears you apart, your death will be your own responsibility. The containment facility was a fortress of force fields and reinforced walls. Alex and Jennifer stood before the observation window, looking down at the creature that had terrified an entire sector of space. The Void Stalker was magnificent, nearly 4 meters tall, covered in midnight black fur that seemed to absorb light itself, with 6 limbs ending in crystalline claws. Its eyes, when they briefly flickered open, glowed with an intelligence that sent chills down Alex's spine. But what struck him most was the obvious pain in every shallow breath. The infection spreading across its left flank where a spaceship hull had torn it open months ago. They've been treating it like a monster, Jennifer said softly, reading the medical logs on her datapad. Treating the symptoms, not the cause. And that's sedation. Alex, they're killing it. I know. Alex studied the creature carefully. It's terrified. Look at the stress markers, the elevated cortisol analog. It's been in fight or flight mode for half a year. You're really going in there? Alex smiled at his friend. We didn't come this far to watch from behind glass. The first step was the hardest, convincing the facility AI to reduce the sedation. The Void Stalker's eyes opened fully, focusing immediately on Alex as he entered the chamber. Outside, security teams raised their weapons, ready to shoot through the barrier if necessary. Alex sat down. Not approaching, not threatening, just sitting 20 meters from a creature that could cross that distance in 2 seconds. The Void Stalker growled, a sound like tearing metal. I know, Alex said quietly. You're scared, you're in pain. Everyone here treats you like a weapon, not a living being. He opened his medical kit slowly, showing each tool. The creature watched, its 6 eyes tracking every movement. I'm a veterinarian. I help animals. And yes, you're not from my world, but pain is universal. Fear is universal, and so is trust. The Void Stalker took a step closer, then another. The security team's warning lights flashed red. Jennifer's voice came through his earpiece. Alex, your heart rate is through the roof. I'm fine, he whispered. The creature was close now, towering over him. This close. Alex could see the infection clearly, a festering wound that standard antiseptics couldn't touch because the Void Stalker's unique physiology rejected anything applied while under stress. Alex reached slowly into his kit and pulled out something no one expected. Earth honey. Back home, we learned something thousands of years ago, he said, beginning to apply it to the wound. Natural compounds, evolved over millions of years. Your immune system doesn't recognize it as foreign because it's organic, complex. The Void Stalker could have killed him in an instant. Instead, it held perfectly still. 3 days later, Alex stood before the Galactic Veterinary Council again. This time, Jennifer stood beside him, and behind them, projected on the main screen, the Void Stalker moved freely in its habitat. The infection was gone. The creature was healthy, alert, and for the first time in months, at peace. Impossible, the Krathan delegate whispered. You sedated it again. No, Jennifer replied, pulling up the biometric data. It's fully conscious. It trusts us now. The head counselor leaned forward. How? Alex shrugged. I treated it like what it is, an intelligent being in pain, not a monster to be feared. Humans learned long ago that compassion and understanding work better than force. We've been healing animals for thousands of years, not because we're stronger or more advanced, but because we learned to listen. He paused, looking at each council member. You have incredible technology, advanced medicine, but you forgot the most important part of healing: empathy. The Void Stalker didn't need more sedation or stronger barriers. It needed someone to care. The chamber remained silent for a long moment. Finally, the Velka counselor spoke. The human veterinary program is approved. Earth animals are welcome at all council facilities. He fixed his gaze on Alex. And perhaps we have much to learn from your species after all. As they left the chamber, Jennifer grinned at Alex. Told you the honey would work. Alex laughed. You told me I was crazy. That too. Behind them, on the screens throughout the station, the Void Stalker looked directly at the cameras and in a gesture that would be studied for years to come. It bowed its massive head in unmistakable respect. The humans had proven themselves once again, not through superior technology or greater strength, but through the simple, radical act of compassion.